Shanghai, China's largest city by population, a city that has grown from the rice paddies over the last 30 years. Built along the river, it has been open for trade since the mid-19th century. Shanghai's skyline has emerged from the rice paddies with a combination of technology and manual labor in just the last 30 years. Shanghai has gems of ancient culture hidden amongst the overwhelming skyline of high-rise buildings. The people of Shanghai still follow the deeply rooted traditions of their culture, even as they embrace Western capitalist culture and the promising future it holds as they become part of a global economy. The children of Shanghai are that future, and it is through education that they will be able to fully participate in the global community. What will these children experience as they move through the educational system in Shanghai? How will their lives and the future of this city be shaped by what happens in their schools? In July, 35 U.S. educators toured a Shanghai public middle school. It spans ages 6 to 11. This facility has been open for 6 years, and it was built with a deliberate attention to the learning environment, creating areas for students to play and relax, and also with an intentional focus on the arts and creativity. This attention to the arts is apparent as you approach the school and see the keyboard fountains by the front door. It's reinforced with the grand piano and large photo of a famous Chinese ballet dancer in the lobby. Students and teachers are both encouraged to play the piano whenever the spirit moves them. Throughout the school, we saw visual art and cultural objects, including displays of student artwork in the hallways. This was markedly different from the schools we had visited earlier in Beijing. There were also many visual cues encouraging a happy attitude toward learning. The first classroom had modular tables that encouraged group work, but could easily be rearranged. I'm always interested in seeing evidence of technology in the classroom. Here I saw a ceiling-mounted projector, speakers, and a pull-down screen mounted over a traditional chalkboard. It was all wired back to the desktop computer at the front of the room, which seemed primarily for teacher use. The only other computers I saw were older desktop computers in one computer lab for 800 students. While we heard about collaborative classroom work, this was the more typical class we saw as we walked around the building. The stage on the stage is alive and well in China. The architectural embellishments were also visual cues. The traditional geometric woodwork was in the wing for Chinese studies. The doorway leading into the English language wing referenced Western columns and archways. This mural in the hall gives some insight into how American culture is represented. The English class was set up to echo a European classroom, complete with small floral wallpaper and wooden wainscoting. The mural of landmarks gave me the impression that Western culture was all to be lumped together. I was a little surprised at the sparseness of the library. It didn't include any comfy areas for children to sit and read. It felt more like a teacher resource than a place students spent any time. The hallway to the gym had several attitudes posters, which had a dual focus of personal excellence and team spirit. Kids in a gym always love basketball, and these students were no exception. Basketball was an obviously popular sport among young people everywhere we went in China. We must bear in mind that our experience in this showcase school was highly orchestrated. We were treated to an assembly with the principal, paired with students whose English was quite remarkable, and treated to performances featuring students doing martial arts, Tai Chi, and sharing their musical talents. While these performances featured traditional Chinese arts, when we asked the students if they practiced these at home or participated in the morning exercise traditions we had seen, they laughed and said no, that was something their grandparents did. Overall, I left with an impression that the Chinese educational system really recognizes the importance of arts and creativity, but it's still unsure how to encourage real out-of-the-box thinking with their students. These students are like kids anywhere, fun, full of life, and attuned to pop culture, both their own and from America.
Go! I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life is plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair and dress me everywhere. Imagination, life is a creation. Yeah!
This is just a glimpse into the education that the children of Shanghai will experience. What will their additional focus on the arts and creativity bring to their future? What will it bring for this city on a river, filled with centuries of tradition, with a future that continues to rise ever taller against the global horizon?